Hello there my fellow holotable heroes and welcome to another Galactic challenge video. It looks like our run of Max Crate has come to an end, well at least my personally, because it's Jawa versus Separatists. Now if this would be a full Geo squad, I think my Jawas would be able to pull it off, but Trench is proving a problem. More about it once we get into the battles. So as always, there'll be YouTube chapters below if you want to skip through to any particular battle. Otherwise, I will go ahead and start by reviewing the modifier Geonosis Arena. Nothing really game-breaking here, just whenever a unit uses special ability, they gain stacking, health, offense, and potency. And then in terms of Jawa modifier, a very fun one. So Jawas will gain 100% extra protection. So you can mod your Jawas for protection to make them more survivable. And whenever a thermal detonator explodes, Jawa allies will recover 100% protection and gain some stacking speed as well. And on top of it all, as well, if Jawas were damaged by debuffed enemy, we will be inflicting thermal detonators on everybody, which can't be evaded or resisted. So a little bit of extra ways to apply thermal detonators, not just solely relying on the scavenger unique. Now in terms of the modifier for the Separatists, now because they do have Geobrute in there, well at least at higher tiers, at lower tiers Sniper Droid will be summoned, but at higher tiers Geobrute gets summoned, so there is no Sniper Droid. However, they do get extra health, speed, protection. Yikes. Alright, pretty powerful modifier as we know for Separatists. Now let's look at the feats. So we have to win with a full team of Jawa units and thermal detonators 40 times. Now if you can get your Jawas to win, you know, they should be able to knock out the thermal detonators, otherwise you have to do it differently. So first I tried my Jawas here on tier 10. Let me just show you how I modded them, just that you maybe get an idea if you're trying to do this. So I mod everybody basically for protection, because remember from modifier we are getting 100% protection. So they just need to survive long enough for thermal detonators to start going off. Now Jawa Junior I modded for speed. Remember he gains plus 10 speed for each Jawa or droid allies. And I modded him, he's at 330, so his effective speed will be 380 and was still not enough to go first. So the enemy is really fast. Now Scavenger, because of his unique line in the sand that's applying thermal detonators on the enemies, you do want to mod your Jawa Scavenger for potency, just to make sure those thermal detonators don't get resisted. Unlike the modifier that applies thermal detonators can't be resisted, Java Scavengers can be. Okay, let's hop in the battle. So this is tier 10. This is as close as I got a few times. I was just unable to kill Trench. I had to restart multiple times that, you know, I was able to get to 1v1 situation with Trench. Now Geos, because they attack a lot, out of turn so much, they do stack up quickly those thermal detonators, whereas a Trench does not. Also, I believe isn't it like the Trench converts half of his health to protection, so his ratio between health and protection is very high, which means thermal detonators don't do nearly as much damage. To top it off all, he's also constantly recovering protection because of protection over time buff. So to take down Trench, you will actually most likely need your Jawas alive so they can actually help with the damage. You won't be able to solely take down Trench by relying on thermal detonators. As you can see, I got to 1v1 situation, but I simply don't have enough firepower with all my team dead by this time, because they're all gear 12 more or less, so they weren't able to survive long enough. And Trench on his basic, he's just hitting like 100, 200k on crits. Man, I wish my Trench would be that good. So yeah, I've given up on tier 10. So no red crate for me this time, so I'm just gonna go hop down on tier 6 and my Jawas hopefully should be able to handle this with ease. So as you can see here in lower tiers, they don't get Brute summoned. I guess Geobrute Alpha doesn't have Zetas active on tier 6, which means no summon, so they do get Sniper Droid. And actually Sniper Droid is more annoying than the Geobrute. I would much rather have Geobrute here at this point than Sniper Droid, because Sniper Droid has got this insta kill and things like that, can ignore taunts and everything. I'm like, why am I even playing this? Surely these guys can handle this on auto. Ooh, there we go. As you can see in tier 6, like thermal detonators don't stack up as much on Trench, don't do a whole lot of damage. You really have to rely on your Jawas here doing the damage and finishing off trench. So let me know if any of you guys are able to complete tier 10 with your Jawas, and obviously what the gear relic levels were on them. I'm keen to find out like what's the minimum requirements. So with Jawas done, let's go ahead and turn attention to the remaining phase, which is the thermal detonators. Now a couple of different ways I was able to do it. In one account here I do have Ray unlocked. I just went in Ray Jawas, hit autoplay, and you should be good to go here. Ray's obviously leadership will keep these guys alive with the damage immunity. Thermal detonator will stack quickly, they'll start going off, and then in the end trench, obviously we do have Ray here, so her ultimate, like even Whirlwind wasn't able to finish off trench. You need to unload the ultimate, the trench finally goes down. So this is thermal detonators for me in one of the accounts. Now switching over to my other account, I don't have Ray unlocked in this one. I do have Jabba, so some sort of Jabba team, I don't know, just throwing Greedo in there, and as well Mob Enforcer, because they both can apply thermal detonators, I believe. So we'll try to do similar thing like with Jedi. I put buff immunity on Geo Brute, so then I can kind of keep targeting trench so I don't trigger his bonus turn meter too much. And we'll just keep going. He's a little bit annoying trench, as you can see, but eventually we'll get him down with the ultimate there from Jabba. I know, there we go, contract triggered. We can put disarm over on trench. And at this point I just hit autoplay and wait for the ultimate to be fully charged, and then I'm going to go ahead and make sure I target trench. So I disabled auto at this point. I'm going to target now trench, hit auto again. Trench gets nuked by Rancor, and then the other guys will go down fairly quickly now. There we go, an AoE from Leia, finish them off. And Jabba, I guess, is another way to complete this thermal detonator feat. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. But until then, have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.